Well, we spoke to the head of the company that developed the drug and quizzed him about the ethics of this lottery.
This is a very difficult problem and conundrum that we have. Unfortunately, there are many babies out there who deserve this medication, and we can't produce enough quickly enough to treat them all. This was the only way we could think about making a fair and equitable allocation of the product that is available. This is a devastating disease, and patients go through and parents go through an amazing emotional journey, and takes a toll regardless of whether or not what kind of treatment they get. We do want to strive to treat as many patients as possible and help as many families as possible. And we do note for the families that will get this allocation, it will be a tremendous benefit for them. We have a limited supply, and so it wasn't until very recently we could even consider launching a program like this, as we've been building up supply out of our small manufacturing facility here outside of Chicago. When we considered that we had actual opportunity to make more doses available, we actually consulted with outside ethics experts to understand better what might be the most fair and equitable way to make this product globally available in this type of program. They provided their opinion on a consulting basis, and ultimately we made the decision that the most fair and equitable way would be to allocate the 100 doses based on a random draw for any patient who is under 2 years of age with SMA.
Kasper Ruczynski is a trustee at Treat to SMA and a board member of SMA Europe, which brings together patient and research groups from across the continent. Well, he told me the community has got mixed feelings about this giveaway.
We do appreciate that the company is making a new and promising drug available to patients pre-approval. We have seen data. We do think that this drug has a potential of making a difference to patients. With SMA, we are in a lucky situation where when we have more than one treatment, either approved or in the pipeline, and this is a new entrant. The new entrant will make a difference. As regarding the lottery, the design, we have received it with mixed feelings. We cannot really ethically make families to wait for treatment, hoping to be drawn in a biweekly draw. We need to see which children should receive treatment. We in Europe, with 500 million people, with 15 or 20,000 patients with SMA, with 2 children being born every single day, we really need to see and make the clinicians decide who needs what treatment. We cannot have a pharma company deciding, yes, you will get this treatment and you will not get it. It should be a clinician according to clinical priorities. That's our point of view. We've reached out to the company and we offered them that, yes, let's sit together and talk. Now, I think the ball is in their court.
Clearly, this is going to raise the hopes of many parents. Well, let's speak to one mother who's had to deal with the heartbreak caused by this disease and what the impact of this lottery might be. Ellen de Meer is the mother of 13-month-old Pia. In September, she raised €1.9 million through a crowdfunding operation across Belgium to cover the cost of the drug for her daughter. I'm pleased to say she joins me now live from Antwerp. Thank you very much for speaking to us. So talk to us through what happened. Back in October, you travelled to the US so that Pia could get this treatment, having incredibly crowdfunded it. What an emotional and sort of heartbreaking few months you've had. Tell us now, 3 months on, how is Pia doing now she's had the treatment?
Pia is doing amazing. She has improved so much. She has started to roll over. She has much more coordination in her hands. No respiratory problems anymore. So we can safely say that the drug has had its effect.
You went through an extremely difficult and I'm sure very emotional process to try and secure that funding. This new draw, what's being called a lottery for some parents, what is that going to do for their sort of emotional situation? How are they going to be feeling knowing that this treatment could be available for their children?
It's win for life, literally. I cannot imagine to get your hopes up every 2 weeks, hoping that your child's name will be drawn from the lottery, and then having to be disappointed again because 100 children, when there are thousands and thousands who need it, I think it will be very, very difficult for those parents.
The drugs company actually spoke to an ethics company, an external one, to try and work out what the best way would be forward. Do you think they shouldn't take part in this program at all?
Well, it's very mixed. I think in the first place, it's wonderful that 100 children will get the opportunity to receive the medicine for free. But when we are talking about ethics, I think the company should have just lowered the price of the treatments. There has been an independent report stating that taking into account all the costs for production and research and still an amazing profit for the company, the true value would be around 900,000 euros. So that's less than half of what the company is asking for the medicine right now.
When we spoke to them, they said it was extremely expensive to make and there were only a limited number of doses available, suggesting that not every child who needs the treatment would be able to have it, even if it was at that price point. Just talk to us about your daughter, of course, at the centre of this and the centre of your family. What's the prognosis like for her going forward now that she has had the treatment?
It's difficult to say because we don't have much reference. So a lot of children in the US have been treated already, but in Europe, not so much. Also, they're all from different ages. So for us, it's still waiting to see what will happen. I think the best case scenario for us will be that she could sit independently and spend her life in a wheelchair, but being able to use her hands and get her head up and have her neck straight, I think that would be the best prognosis for us.
Thank you very much for talking to us. Really appreciate your time, Ellen de Meer, and brilliant to hear how Pia's getting on as well.